The spread of misinformation on social media has posed unique challenges during the pandemic. Elizabeth Ruiz shows us one organization that's working to differentiate the unreliable sites from the ones you can trust.
Democracy and many of the other things that we do in society require an informed citizen. We all have to have the same set of facts.
University of Colorado professor Toby Hopp studies how trust and transparency affect how we talk to each other on digital media spaces. In the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, he says the spread of misinformation has become more common.
Anytime you see a large news story and is a big part of like social and national discussions that we might be having, we see actors that will spread information that's not true, low quality, misleading, biased, and oftentimes hyper-partisan as well. I do think that you're seeing an information environment where it's easier to spread false information to a lot of people.
Before the internet, gossip had to be spread from person to person. But now people can reach thousands, potentially millions of people within a day. One company called NewsGuard is working to battle that threat.
When people are reading the news online, they're scrolling through Twitter or Facebook or Google results, it's hard to know when a website they see is legitimate and when it's not.
NewsGuard Washington correspondent Gabby Deutsch says the company has a team of journalists who review the credibility of sources to help people know whether or not they can trust the information is true. During the pandemic, the company is offering its browser extension for free. You'll see a green mark if the source is reliable and a red exclamation mark if it's not.
A lot of these websites that share misinformation about coronavirus have been around for a long time, sharing misinformation about every health crisis going back 10 or 15 years. So Ebola, Zika, the controversy last year about vaccines, and a lot of these sites will in fact profit from this misinformation.
Profit by selling products they claim could be a remedy for the virus. Money is their motivation. But sometimes what they're suggesting is also dangerous.
Ideas that drinking liquid silver can cure you of coronavirus, or taking certain supplements that have not been proven to have any beneficial effects.
However, it's not just false remedies. According to Gabby, some sites are spreading misinformation that the virus was created in a military laboratory as some kind of Chinese biological weapon and then unleashed into the world.
The theories that we see about the origins of the virus are also particularly dangerous because they generally instill in people a distrust of the authorities. And right now, during a global pandemic, it's more important than ever that we're trusting the CDC, the WHO, and these public health institutions that are trying harder than ever to keep us safe.
If you want to make sure the news you're seeing is accurate, both Gabby and Professor Hopp have some suggestions.
The research has shown that people who rely on social media to get all their news and information are less informed than folks who actually make a purposeful effort to engage with the news. So go to a newspaper website, watch the evening news.
People who are working at news organizations have an understanding of getting the facts and talking to the people in charge at these institutions. And there's a certain protocol for making sure that what they're reporting is accurate.
You can also go straight to the CDC website to get the latest and most detailed information about coronavirus. I'm Elizabeth Ruiz reporting.
More to come. Stick with us.